modernization when the enemy has a vote is by working together. When we're in the same foxhole, the improvements that we're making are directly tied to one another, to our mutual benefit. But it requires us to overcome the friction, you with each other, and certainly alongside DISA as the combat support agency. If it is an inherently joint partner or enterprise scale capability, then it's our responsibility as DISA to present it to the Department of War. And that requires DISA to integrate the solutions that each one of you provide and present. We must account for all of the .mil PFP implications: doctrine, organization, training, material, leadership, people, facilities, and policy. There's a reason why that horrible acronym exists. Because it helps us think comprehensively about all of the challenges at once. It does us no good to present that functionally relevant capability if we don't have trained users that know how to put it into action. If we haven't thought about the organizational construct necessary to secure, operate, and defend that capability. Where are we going to drop it? Do we have the facility? When was the last time that the fiber cables inside of the building were upgraded? Well, can they handle the bandwidth requirements? All of these questions have to be integrated together so that we account for a fully burdened cost of delivering the functionally relevant capability, and that as we drop it into the time and place of execution of a combatant command, that it is fully integrated. Not just moving data, but users that are operating it alongside the warfighting requirement. That's the mindset. But we as DISA will never get there without working directly with you. But the mindset, our collective mindset, must be deliver functionally relevant capability to the combatant command. Not exclusively combatant command, but they're the principal warfighting organizations of the Secretary of War and Department of War's requirements. That's where we're prioritized. That's where we're focused. So help us get there. We'll spend quite a bit of time today talking about some of our initiatives, talking about some of our requirements, talking about some of the how to drive the solutions. The agency's leadership is in the room, they're in the building. Our PMs are set up to have meaningful, engaged conversations with you so that we can drive towards our collective and mutually supporting goals of supporting the Department of War's requirements to get the right data to the right place at the right time to make a better and faster decision than the enemy. That's why we're here. We, as DISA, can't do it, can't execute, if we don't have the conditions set and the blocking and tackling performed so that we can focus on designing, delivering, and securing, operating, and defending the capability. And our department's CIO has the responsibility to drive that on our behalf. No better person to do that than Miss Katie Arrington, who is a force of nature to drive outcomes, uncompromising in her approach to get us to where we need to be on time schedules that are unprecedented, helping us deliver results. It is my great pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker for our forecast to industry today, Ms. Katie Arrington, my boss. Ma'am.
Huntsville, serial numbers 3 and 4 of the water bags.
Huntsville copies.